First of all, New Westminster needs to protect its autonomy. And there is a group out there, for example, that is talking about giving up our police department and regionalizing it. And what I say to people is, well, when we regionalized governance of healthcare and we took elected officials out of it, we lost St. Mary's Hospital. When we regionalized transportation, we lost our voice on TransLink and in terms of limiting the impact of traffic in New Westminster, and we're going to have a new bridge to be built, and we're not part of that process in any official way other than what we can do to lobby as a small city. And if we regionalize our police force, the fact of the matter is that New Westminster is a small municipality, even compared to our neighbors Coquitlam, Burnaby and Surrey, let alone the city of Vancouver. So I think we have to protect our autonomy as a city if we want our interests to be served. But secondly, we can become a leader on regional issues, and in some cases it's very natural. For example, I'd like to see New Westminster become a leader on cleaning up the Fraser River. And if there's a city that's affected by that, it's us. I remember as a kid we could still go fishing in the Fraser River, and you weren't worried if your kids went and took a little dip, but we now know that it's not necessarily safe to do some of those things, and it's had a huge impact on the city. And you look at the past of the city, the Fraser River used to be used for boating and for pleasure and for fishing, and it's limited now. And I think we can play a major role on environmental issues in the region. I also think that New Westminster's model of dealing with homelessness through community dialogue rather than confrontation, and working with the provincial government and the municipal government to identify areas where we can build transitional housing, is something that a lot of communities would benefit from if they knew what New Westminster is doing. There's still communities that are really struggling with the issue and not having any clear idea of how to move forward. So I think that New Westminster can be a leader on some of those issues. So we're small, we are small, but what we have is we have a very community-involved city with some good policy direction in some areas and some good background. And I think we can share that with the rest of the Lower Mainland and really work to become a leader on some of those issues. One of the things that does happen in New Westminster is we sometimes look inward maybe too much. And we're one of 22 odd municipalities in the Lower Mainland, and sometimes when we're working to solve our issues, it wouldn't hurt to find out what some of our neighbors are doing and what their successes have been and what they've learned. And so I think that adopting a regional outlook for New Westminster would help us to address a lot of our own issues and would be a benefit to the Lower Mainland. When it comes to issues like homelessness and the environment, we can do a lot of work in New Westminster, but we can't solve those issues on our own for the entire Metro Vancouver area, and so we need to do some good regional work there.